What up, what up? Fruit Punch Sabi here. Back with some more summer pockets. My water bottle is not closing. That's okay. Alright, man. Let's do it. Let's make Umi happy. I've been getting deja vu a lot lately. Everything I see in my dreams really happens. I thought I was seeing the future, but I was wrong. When I thought I was dreaming, really, my heart was traveling back to the past. When I wished with all my heart to redo something, I could travel back in time. They weren't prophetic dreams, but they were my salvation. I mean, I could undo all the bad stuff that happened to me. It was convenient. So I told my dad about it. One day, I told him it would rain. The weather forecast hadn't said anything of the sort. My dad was surprised, but then he made a face like he was disgusted. He said, "No, it won't," and left without an umbrella. He wouldn't believe me. That night, he came home, drenched by the rain. He caught a cold. Dang, is the dad gonna blame her? Alright, what's on the diary, Umi? It was rain. Sunny with some rain. Mom and I sang together. Umi had drawn a picture of her and Shiroha with their mouths open wide in their picture diary. Are they, eating or something? Ah, singing. Okay. Apparently, she's singing with her mom today. Is there anything special you want to sing? I accidentally made her brood. Hadn't thought that far ahead. Even just a general style or genre song would be fine. And now I have her worrying. Why is this never easy? I know. Now that I think about it, I brought a mini disc player with me. I pretty much haven't used it at all since I got it here, though. If I played a bunch of music for her with that, I could figure out her preferences. Give me just a second. I brought the player back to the living room. Just an MD player. Why?
MD プレイヤー
You don't know about them?
見たのは初めて。
Huh. Didn't think they were that rare.
ん
Anyway, try listening to these and tell me which one you like. I plug one of the earbuds into Umi ear. Ugh, sharing earbuds. I hope he cleaned his ear. I put the other half in my own ear. Then I hit the play button. Too
う
loud.
るさい。
Yeah. Sorry, I'll turn it down a bit. This is heavy metal too.
怖い。
And now I freaked her out so much she's trembling. I think it's safe to say she didn't like that one. Okay, next. I played every last MD that I brought with me. But it looked like Umi was less interested in the music than the MD player itself. No good?
古い。
Old. Had some old music, sure, but I was pretty sure it had a lot of more new stuff overall.
お母さんと一緒に歌えるやつがいい。
Ah, that sort of song that everyone knows, huh? But despite describing them like that, nothing really came to mind offhand. I don't think any of my MDs have songs like that on them. What about the Kamome song? Hey, the Kamome song. I think everyone knows that one. Because it comes on like an anime, maybe? Not an anime. Where did she get that song from again? I don't remember. No, wait a second. Speaking of music, I heard somebody singing a nursery rhyme yesterday at the pool. Oh! Tsumugi time. Umi, let's go to the lighthouse.
お
I was just complaining that Tsumugi didn't have screen time.
私が歌っていた童謡ですか？
It's kinda got stuck in my head. Can you teach it to us?
お母さんと歌いたい。そうですか。 あの歌を気に入ってもらえるのは嬉しいことです。お歌聞かせて。はい、いいですよ。
I'll remember that part. At Umi request, Tsumugi cleared her throat. The song was gentle and kind, and it felt like even time was flowing a bit more peacefully as she sang. Her singing voice resounded around the area. Tsumugi's visage as she sang struck me as vaguely adult-like. Umi's eyes sparkled as she watched the performance. What do you think, Umi?
好き。
Love it, huh? Then is this the one you want to sing with Mom?
気に入ってもらえたようで何よりです。
Will you teach us that song?
つまり私が先生ということでしょうか。
I guess, yeah.
先生、よろしくお願いします。先生、なんでしょう。とても嬉しくなる響きです。わかりました。どこまでできるかわかりませんが、頑張らせていただきます。
Tsumugi got fired up and clenched her fists. That's great, huh, Umi? That answered the song question, at least.
お母さん、一緒に歌ってくれる？
Huh. I mean, I think so. Probably?
私も歌うの？
That wasn't really the reaction I expected. Her face was plainly grim. You can't?
ダメってわけじゃないけど、誰かに歌って聴かせるのとかちょっと苦手で。
Shy people problem, looks like.
私は歌を独特な個性に変えてしまうみたいだし。
Ah. So she's tone deaf. It's okay. We found a teacher.
誠心誠意を込めて教えさせていただきます。
Looks like that just compounded the pressure.
お母さん、海ちゃん、一緒に歌おう。
I like that face from Shiroha. Face of Umi innocent smile. She hung her head.
それでは早速歌ってみましょう。歌はいいものです。古くから脈々と続く思いの表現方法です。
So, what's the trick to singing well?
広い場所でのびのび好きに歌うことです。
She smacked us of a kind of new age sort of music theory.
まずは私の真似でいいので追いかけるように歌ってください。はい先生。はい。では行きます。
Tsumugi closed her eyes and began to sing the island nursery rhyme. As it caught up in the song, Shiroha and Umi opened their mouths. Can I hear? Several minutes later.
とても個性的です。
Tsumugi smiled brightly. No, it might be more accurate to say that all she could do was smile. That day, I learned that there are times when people are so troubled, they smile all they have left.
だから言ったのに。
Shiroha was depressed. And more surprisingly,
お歌、難しい。
Umi was the bearer of a unique musical sense as well.
けれど、私は先生です。このくらいではくじけません。高原さん、いつまでに歌を上手にして差し上げればよろしいでしょうか。
Sometime today.
くじけました。
Damn with the peace sign. Tsumugi staggered to her knees. This is a bit of a pickle. Right now, all three of the girls in front of me are down in the dumps.
歌とか別になくても困らないし。
No, we need them at this precise moment, actually.
お歌、絶望。
You don't have to get that depressed.
つむぎちゃん、私には無理でした。
I don't really get it, but to start, isn't Tsumugi-chan you? No. See, if you do the Tsumugi route, you know Tsumugi-chan's the other girl. Her name is Tsumugi, but not Tsumugi-chan. Tsumugi-chan's the other.
つむぎちゃん、 私には無理でした。
I like that cute little detail. To see if the viewers are paying attention. Shouldn't singing be more of a casual sort of thing?
気楽に言うし、お父さんも歌ってみればいい。
A song, huh? I was in a swimming club, so my lung capacity is pretty good. Plus, I go to a boys' school. My classmates and I looked into every means available to us that could lead to popularity. And among these means was... Oh, he can sing! Operating under the theory that those who are good at karaoke would be popular, I worked myself half to death training myself to sing.
すごいです、高原さん。教えることがないくらいです。すごい上手。
Well, you know, I guess I might be a bit proud of it.
裏切り者。
What? I feel like I've been saddled with a groundless grudge. In my book, instead of trying to sing well, you should try to make singing fun. I'll chime in too this time, so let's try singing it again.
間に入る？
Like how you spice things up at karaoke. You know, clapping along, or singing in harmony. I heard that sort of thing would make you popular.
モテたの？
I never got the chance to go karaoke with girls in the first place. I gazed out into the distance.
それでは高原さんも交えてもう一度歌ってみましょう。あと白羽さんと海さんは私の手を見てください。
Now they're gonna clap in the beat?
手の高さを変えるので、
Oh,
それ
damn.
に合わせて声を高くしたり低くしたりしてください。
Oh, she's like a conductor. That struck me as a good method of visualizing the musical scale for them.
頑張ってみる。頑張る。せーの。
When Tsumugi signaled, they opened their mouths and began to sing. I sang along in the background, making sure not to drown them out. Matching the level of Tsumugi's hand to help them raise and lower the pitch at the right time was effective. Listening closely, they made plenty of mistakes, but still, in terms of getting the high and low notes right in a proper song at this time. And whenever they did go off key, I jumped in to harmonize and cover for them. We sang in that manner again and again, and over and over.
歌えた。歌うってこんな感じなんだ。
The two of them looked even more surprised than we did.
とても上手になりました。高原さんがカバーしなくても大丈夫なのではないでしょうか。
In that case, should I be the audience this time?
ダメ。
Huh, I can't. If I keep helping you forever, you'll never get better.
お父さんも一緒に歌う。その方が楽しいから。そうですね。歌はみんなで歌う方が楽しいですね。
Really? I glanced over at Shiroha. She looked a bit excited, maybe since she was happy she finally sang properly. She noticed my gaze and nodded firmly. Okay, let's all sing together then.
それでは新しい歌を試してみましょう。
Song, hi. We sang together. It was rough, but in its own way, it was also fun. Wanting someone else to hear you, or wanting to express your feelings. We weren't singing with any kind of look to go like that. We just kept singing along for the pure fun of it, our smiles unceasing, nostalgic and childlike. It was that sort of song.
今日はとても楽しかったです。
Stole the words right out of my mouth. Thanks for helping me out on such a short notice.
いえ、私もとても楽しかったですから。海ちゃん、途中で寝ちゃってごめんなさい。歌うのは結構体力使いますので。それに子供が歌うのを見るととても嬉しくなります。今日は本当にありがとうございました。
Tsumugi bowed deeply, then headed home. After seeing her off, we went back inside.
海ちゃん、よく寝てる。
She really sang her heart out, huh?
も 私もあんな風に歌えるなんて思っていなかった。
Have you grown to like singing a bit more?
うん、そういえば今日はお父さん言うなって言わなかった。
I didn't? Well, I guess I kinda got used to it. If you don't mind it and all, I guess I don't either.
あ
Ah,
あ、それはそう言ったけど、あなたは困らないの？
dude, the face you made in the sound? What the heck? Nah, it doesn't bother me at all, I guess.
それってつまり
Umi's all stuck on calling me that, so, you know.
うん、そうだよ。海ちゃんがお母さん、お父さんって呼んでるだけだし、それだけだし。
Yeah, that's all. We looked away from each other, as if trying to gloss over something. Had a feeling that someone, somewhere, was calling me an awkward loser.
お母さん？
We accidentally raised our voice and woken up Umi.
ごめんね、起こしちゃった。平気。じゃあそろそろ私も帰るね。うん。
Sure, see you tomorrow then.
うん。お父さん、お母さんを送って。
Huh, it's still bright out though.
送るの。傘持って。
An umbrella?
雨降るの？
Shiroha looked out the window, bewildered. A perfectly blue sky spread out above.
雨降る。
Now that I think about it, her diary had said it'd be sunny with some rain too. Last time she wrote something like that, it really had rained. Well, okay, I'll walk you home.
うん。
Despite the brilliant sunshine, I ended up going out with an umbrella. Shiroha and I were both equally perplexed. Wonder if it's really going to rain. I look up at the sky as I walk alongside Shiroha. A few white clouds floated within the vibrant sea of blue. Shiroha looked up as well, eating today's watermelon bar salary as she walked.
海ちゃんは降るって思い込んでるみたい。
Are the islanders here really good at predicting the weather or something?
漁に出る人は結構当てたりする。おじいちゃんは匂いでわかるって言ってた。
So you have a grandfather?
ああ、うん。おじいちゃんと二人で暮らしてる。
I learned a little bit about Shiroha family's situation, but I can't really imagine Umi being able to predict the weather like a fisherman.
テレビの天気予報で言ってた？
If it did, I sure don't remember it. Maybe they mentioned it while I wasn't paying attention or something. No matter how much I thought about it, I couldn't find an answer. Well, it wouldn't be the worst thing if it didn't rain, I'm sure. What's up? Shiroha's pace suddenly dropped.
正直に答えてほしいことがあるの。
What is it? The sudden, formal air around Shiroha made my heart skip a beat.
私は
Yeah.
ちゃんとお母さんをやれてるのかな？
Huh. That wasn't exactly what I'd been expecting, but the tone of Shiroha's voice and the weight of her words carried a certain wistfulness.
前に言ったと思うけど、私、お父さんもお母さんもいないの。
Yeah, I heard.
二人は私が小さい頃に事故で死んじゃった。
That was the first I heard of how it happened.
もう随分と昔のことだし、ひどい話だけど、お父さんとお母さんのことあんまり覚えてない。
Make sure I'm not bleeding.
ずっとおじいちゃんと一緒に暮らしてたから。だから私はお母さんとの過ごし方というのを知らないの。そんな私が海ちゃんのお母さんを本当にちゃんとやれてるのかな。海ちゃんが求めているお母さんを 叶えてあげられてるのかな。
Shiroha turned an almost imploring gaze toward me. I'm certain that she's been carrying these worries on her back this whole time. Now, after all this time, I fully realized how cruel of a role I pushed onto her. As if she was reading my mind, Shiroha became flustered.
違うよ。私は辛い思いとかそういうのしてないし、最初は戸惑っていたし困っていたけど、でも今は違うから、海ちゃんのお母さんをやれて嬉しいし。
It's honestly a relief to hear you say that.
うん。でも私が満ち足りても仕方ないんだよね。海ちゃんが満足してくれないと。
In that case, no need to worry. I nodded confidently. Shiroha doing more than well enough as her mother. I'm not flattering you or consoling you. I really do believe that. I said it as forcefully as I could.
そうかな。
I do. I mean, look at Umi. She looks super happy day after day. She's all smiles all the time, right?
うん、笑ってる。
Back when I first met her, Umi wouldn't smile for me no matter what I did.
そうなの？
For a kid, she wasn't kid-like at all. She was all gloomy day in and day out. It was like she was weirdly quick to give up or something. She looked like she had given up all her expectations. It was resigned to sadness.
それは言い過ぎだと思う。
I don't know. Somehow, looking back on it now, it seemed all the more true. Maybe the massive gap between how she was back then and how much fun she's having right now was throwing off my perception. But she's been smiling every day lately. That's all thanks to you, Shiroha.
それならよかったけど、でもどうするのが正解なのか私にはわからないから。だから不安はずっとある。
I'm pretty sure that's true for real moms too.
お母さんなのに？
Even moms are beginners at some point, you know. I think that interacting with their kids is how they learn to be a mother.
そうかな。
I'm sure there's no real right answer. So, how about you take everything you wanted someone to do for you and do all that for Umi?
私がしてほしかったこと。
I figure your feelings would come through easier that way too.
そうなのかな。
Yeah, I do.
そっか。ちゃんとお母さんできてるなら嬉しいかな。
Shiroha beamed in relief. Her smile set my heart pounding. I get a feeling that's been happening a lot lately. Weird.
どうしたの？
Shiroha moved closer, peeking over at my bewildered face. Nah, it's nothing. Unable to look her in the eye, I turned my gaze to the sky. And just then, something hit my cheek.
Huh?
Shiroha looked up as well, shocked. All of a sudden, the sky was filled with dark clouds. Rain clouds. These clouds began to gradually pour and raindrop down upon us. It's raining.
うん。
In no time at all, the shower grew stronger. I opened up the umbrella in a panic. You should get under here too, Shiroha.
うん。
It wasn't a particularly large umbrella, so to stay out of the rain, getting close to her was unavoidable. Or rather than close, more like stuck together.
ごめんなさい。
No, me too. Sorry. Neither of us knew what we were apologizing for, but I couldn't think of anything else to say. The rain had become something closer to a squall. Well, I guess this means Umi weather forecast was right on the dot, huh?
うん。
I need to tell her thanks for forcing me to bring an umbrella, huh?
うん。
And to thank her for giving us this time together too.
海ちゃん、まるで知ってたみたいだね。
The rain, you mean?
うん。
I guess we couldn't really call it a forecast if she knew for sure.
どっち？
Huh. What was that? The rain was pounding fiercely on the umbrella, and I could barely make out Shiroha's words.
なんでもない。なんでもない。
Shiroha looked up to the sky as she spoke. I felt like she was looking beyond the clouds, far off into the distance. I always wonder, if your family, if your mom is a shy person, and her mom, so your grandma is also like an introvert, right? Does that mean their child has a high chance of becoming an introvert? I don't know. I think that's pretty interesting. But when I woke up, the TV was on. I thought I'd forgotten to shut it off before going to bed, but it turned out my dad was home. Since he's here, I have to say it.
おはよう。
He looked up to me for just a second and replied, yeah. But that was all. His gaze drifted back to the TV.
仕事は休みなの？
He replied that he'd be going out soon. Apparently, he'd be meeting up with an old friend, even though it was the first day of summer vacation for me. But I was used to being alone. Damn sad, sad Umi. Why wasn't she so sad in the other
ライオン
routes?
さん。
Right. In the other routes, she was so outgoing.
うわー、お母さん上手。
Shiroha and Umi were leisurely making origami. According to Umi's diary, they apparently spent today relaxing. Meanwhile, I was watching over the two of them. Sure is peaceful. Days like this are kinda nice every once in a while. I looked over Umi's diary again. There was one part that I've been watching out for. The section for the day's weather. She written that it would be sunny, and the weather was, in fact, lovely. Something about sudden evening shower the day before was nagging at me though. It'd be fine if it was just a coincidence, but yesterday was the second time in a row she predicted the rain accurately. She written the entire picture diary 2 weeks ago. It seemed just a little too unnatural to call it a coincidence. But even so, I had no clue what to make of it, if anything at all. Mulling it over has made me sleepy. Well, logically speaking, there was no way it could be anything but a
お
coincidence.
父さん、ここ持って。
Umi had apparently put together a tricky boat and was holding out the sail to me. Here, right?
うん。目閉じて。
Gotcha. I shut my eyes like she told me. I could feel her fiddling with it a bit through the sail was holding.
目開けて。
Ooh! I was holding the sail, but now I'm holding the boat somehow.
不思議？不思議？
Yeah, I wonder how that happened.
実はね、こうなってるの。
Umi revealed the secret of the trick to me.
お母さんに教えてもらったの。
She beamed and laughed proudly.
どうしても船を降りたいって言うから。
I guess getting tricked before must have really made an impression. Oh god! My heart. it's so fucking sweet. Oh, this is a heartwarming scene. It made me remember something. It made me remember... Man. Technology has made everyone distant lately, huh? Not even lately. It just made everyone distant. Period. These guys don't have any technology. They just have that old ass TV. It's not even a flat screen. It's like a CRTV. And they're just making origami together and spending time together. I feel like that's very rare these days. Based on people I know and their kids, right? But enough of the gloomy talk.
ううん。お船はお母さんが綺麗だから。
Huh. I couldn't quite grasp what she was trying to say. What he said. You mean, like, you like the way Mom made it?
ん
Now it was Umi's turn to be
お
confused.
母さんが船に乗るんだよ。
This time, Shiroha's expression shifted. She was clearly bewildered. Umi started floating another trick boat. Shiroha does?
海ちゃん、もしかして夏鳥の木のことを言ってる？
The flight of the summer bird? I wasn't familiar with the term. I couldn't even imagine how it was written. Wait, you're saying you actually write a boat for it?
うん。でも誰にも言ってない。
What? Shiroha's tone of voice dropped distinctly. She looked at Umi with something like fear in her eyes.
どうして知っているの？
Oh, fuck! Oh! Umi tilted her head in confusion as she... Damn, dude! As she kept floating. Dude, it went from a heartwarming scene to... Oh, fuck! Here comes the occult. Of course, leave it to Key Studio to always bring it back. Bring it back to, the occult. She had been having so much fun just a moment ago, but now Shiroha was brooding. She'd gone vaguely pale. Shiroha, are you okay?
うん。
She nodded stiffly, but she didn't look okay at all to me. Hey, I don't really get it, so... This flight of summer bird thing, what is it exactly?
うん。ちゃんと説明すると長くなるんだけど。
Then I gotta go and do it the second time, because you're supposed to learn that from the Shiroha route, technically.
この島に昔から伝わる儀式みたいなもので、簡単に言えばお祭り。
And you'll be on a boat during it?
うん。
Shiroha's expression was grim.
海ちゃん。
なに
Then she wanna ask her, who the fuck are you? Can you see the future? Is probably what she wanna say. Shiroha's lips quivered once or twice, as if she was choosing her words carefully. She stared at Umi like you stare at a mysterious, unidentified life form.
知っていたの？
The question carried a slightly different nuance than her previous one had. From how did you know to did you know? It was just one word, but its absence made all the difference in the world.
うーん。
Umi thought for a moment, then nodded.
昨日の雨も知っていた？
うん。
明日も知っていた？
うん。
Oh, fuck! Oh, God! How the fuck does she know? The conversation had clearly gone to a strange place. Even grammatically speaking, it was off the rails. But even so, it was clear that the two of them were on the same page.
そうなんだ。
Shiroha stepped away, limply. It almost felt like she might collapse, and I reflexively held out my arm to her. But she brushed me aside. Shiroha?
もうない。
Huh?
もうお母さんはおしまい。
やだ。
Umi appeared to have finally realized that something was wrong with Shiroha. She held out her little hands imploringly and took a step toward her. But Shiroha backed away far further than Umi's steps had carried her. Like she was running away from her.
近づかないで。
お母さん。
もうお母さんじゃない。
どうして
She looked up at Shiroha on the verge of tears. Shiroha returned her gaze almost bitterly. But she didn't take Umi's hand. She turned her head away and mumbled.
私は呪われているからごめんなさい。
She apologized to Umi. Then she spun around and fled from the room.
お母さん
Umi cried, received no answer. There was no hint of Shiroha's presence. She disappeared from the house entirely.
お母さん
Okay, maybe we should ask Umi. How does she know? Umi eyes brimmed. Maybe now not a good time. Maybe later. Umi eyes brimmed over with tears as she gazed after Shiroha. It was all so sudden. I didn't know what to do. Her half-finished origami, now lying forgotten on the table, was overwhelmingly desolate.
お父さん、母さん、明日も来るよね。
She went to go buy some diapers or something. I don't know. What's the phrase when they run away and they're not coming back? I know dad's going out for to get some milk. Right? Mom's going out to get some milk. Pack of cigarettes. Yeah. I couldn't bring myself to answer properly. Umi, you're positive Shiroha's going to ride the boat?
船。お母さんが。
You're the one who said it, right?
うん。乗っていたと思う。そうなの？
I'm the one asking you here. I wasn't sure why, but for some reason, Umi's words made me feel frightfully insecure.
お腹すいた。
Yeah, it's about lunchtime, I guess. What do you want to eat?
うん。チャーハン。お母さんの。
After forcing out those words, she began to cry again. I'm no mom, but can you make do with her recipe? With her shoulders slumped in dejection, Umi looked even smaller than usual. Glancing back at her, I began to cook some fried rice. I precisely imitated the process that Shiroha had shown me, and unavoidably, that got me thinking about her again. Why wouldn't she say something like that all of a sudden? It was like she's been afraid, like she was running away. Her conversation with Umi made no sense.
明日も知っていた？
What could that mean? She knew about tomorrow. No, about tomorrow too. She used the past tense the whole time. I thought back to the uneasy feeling I had looking at Umi Pitcher's diary. I'm sure that's where the answer lies. It just felt so unrealistic. I've been turning my eyes away from the truth of the situation. But if I put into words, the explanation would feel even cheaper. Precognition. As if. Yeah, right. I denied it in mere moments after I said it myself. I was acting like an
お
idiot.
父さん、
What's up?
焦げ臭い。
Huh? Oh! I burnt the fried rice. It's okay.
46点。
Better than I expected. Actually, that was my highest score yet. I diverged from Shiroha's recipe, but burning it seemed to have actually made it better somehow. But regardless, Umi ate her fried rice with a dark expression. Is it because it's burnt? I wasn't exactly happy either. With just one person missing from the dining table, the fried rice should have been delicious. Lost all flavor. That's because he made it. That somber mood followed us throughout the rest of the day. Umi slowly finished her origami on her own. Even when she finished it, the person she wanted to praise her was gone. But still, she started folding again.
あらまあ、ずいぶんとたくさんの折り紙ね。
What about Kyoko-san? Can she be the Oka-san? Kyoko-san smiled as she looked at the mountain origami lined up on the table. Kyoko-san's basically like an Oka-san, to be honest. Like when we played some of the other girls' routes. Kyoko-san definitely feels like a motherly figure.
お母さんがいっぱい教えてくれたの。
そう、よかったわね。
うん。
She nodded and smiled hollowly. It was like a sad, forced smile, meant to keep adults happy. Did they still sleep in the same room? Completely despondent, Umi went to bed early that night. She must have been too lonely to sleep alone and was curled up inside my futon. thought everything was going so well too. After Shiroha went home, I couldn't do anything for Umi at all. I was frustrated with myself. What's going to happen tomorrow? Was Shiroha really planning on never coming back? Shiroha, Umi's waiting for you. Whispering those words almost like a prayer, I retired early as well. Do we have like a picture diary? What's today? The 14th? Alright. No diary. The day began with radio calisthenics, just like always. I really didn't feel up to it, but I didn't want to break our perfect attendance streak. Umi plodded her way to the shrine too. She plainly lacked the energy for it though. Maybe she was thinking that if she went through our routine like always, Shiroha would come over like usual too. In that case, I should try to act normal as well. Huh, it's normal. The exercises themselves broke the doing things as usual streak. They were the same ordinary, bog standard radio calisthenics that I'd done as a child. What happened to all that usual eccentric exercises? On top of it all, the calisthenics leader's energy level was weirdly low. I happened to overhear someone talking about him. What the fuck? I don't want to start my day with radio calisthenics deep in an aura of defeat. We returned home and had breakfast. On a normal day, Shiroha would be arriving around now, but that day, she was nowhere to be seen. Umi looked anxious, he patiently waiting for Shiroha to arrive. Was Shiroha really planning on ending her role as Umi mom, just like that? I'm sure she's just busy today. Even I thought it was a terrible lie. Umi clearly didn't believe me. But there was nothing else I could say. The guilt was crushing me. Do you want to go take a walk or something? Sitting around here all day is boring, right? I want to change the pace too. But Umi shook her head. So she's worried about being out when Shiroha arrives. We might run into everyone when we go out, right? Let's at least go take a look around for them. I didn't really think there was any chance we run into Shiroha by coincidence. I just used the idea to get Umi to agree to go out for a bit. Umi finally nodded in agreement. I'm such a dishonest adult. Even after bringing her out this far, Umi hadn't stopped restlessly glancing around in search of Shiroha. Our excursion wouldn't be a change of pace at all, at the rate it was going. I had to do something, anything, to help Umi have some fun. Alright, let's give that place a try. Hey, just stopping by. Yeah, we went out for a walk. I dashed up to in an instant and shoved my hand over her mouth. Shh! Mom's a bad word today. Honestly, I'm not sure. Sorry. I fed Umi some shaved ice while undoing her misunderstanding. Oh, and I continued our discussion a short distance away from her. I don't, and it's a problem. Now that I think about it, you said something like that earlier too. Something about how Shida would have to tell me about it herself or something. Shida said something that's been bothering me. She said she was cursed, or something along those lines at least. Oh, you really do know something, don't you? Please, tell me about it.
何のために？
Why?
海ちゃんのため？白羽のため？
It's for... It's for my own sake.
あ
What? Don't glare at me like that. You're scaring me.
ーなんで二択を勝手に三択にしてんのよ。
Because, I mean, come on, man. It's the honest truth. It's for him. Because he likes Shiroha. That's the bottom line. Yes, it's for Umi. Yes, it's for Shiroha. But most of all, it's for himself. I mean, saying it for Umi's sake, or Shiroha's, or whatever, would be just glossing over things. It's just that when I see Umi and Shiroha together, it kind of makes me happy. When I came to this island, I was pretty much running away from some bad stuff. But when I watch them together, it feels like I can reclaim something important to me. I want Umi and Shiroha to both tell me that this summer will be a good memory for them. Not just one or the other. It has to be them both. Otherwise, I'll stay hollow forever.
何よ。単に欲張りなだけじゃない。
Wow!
っていうかお人よしね。
Hey,
うーん。
that's funny. I like that response from Ao.
やっぱりあんた、もう一回白羽と話した方がいいんじゃない？
I like Ao more as a side character. Like a support character. I shouldn't call her a side character. I like her as a support character. Because she's a really good support character. When she became the main heroine, she became the damsel of distress, right? She needed support. But honestly, who was there to support her besides Heidi? Right? I don't remember anyone else. It has to be just Heidi. I feel like, I don't know. I like it when Ao supported Heidi to help him with the other heroines. If she had like a support to support Heidi, so Heidi could support Ao, maybe Ai-chan was that way. And she wasn't there till late game. So, well, I guess bottom line, I really like Ao as a support character. She's a really good support character. Yeah, I want to. But I can't just leave Umi on her own.
ここで面倒見とくわよ。
You don't mind?
もうちょっとすれば良一たちも来るだろうし、このお店にあるものでよければ好きに食べたり遊んだりしていいしさ。
You really go that far for us?
後払いよ。
Yeah. Figures. Then, can I leave Umi in your hands?
任されてあげましょう。
Hey, Umi.
は
I'm gonna go search around for Shiroha.
お母さん
Yeah, for mom. So, can you wait here for a while for me?
ちゃんと帰ってくる
Yeah, I'll do everything I can to get mom to come back. For some reason, she shook her head.
お父さん帰ってくる
Me? I didn't imagine she asked anything of the sort, and for a moment I was at a loss for words. How could a kid be so sensitive to this sort of stuff? She looked like she might burst into tears at any moment. It's okay, I'll come back for sure. Until then, wait for me here, okay? Ao, Ryochi, and everyone will play with you.
好きなだけお菓子食べていいからね。
As many as my wallet has room for anyway.
わかった
Umi's eyes were bloodshot from crying, but she nodded her head. Alright, now I just have to find Shiroha. But where could she be?
くださいな
Oh, Kamome!
あ、いらっしゃい。三角形の秘密？
Kamome, I didn't know you were still around. Heck, looks like she become a regular customer.
私も夏の探し物真っ最中だもんあ
Umi's eyes were wide.
海ちゃんもいたんだね
Damn, I like Kamome still. I'm sorry, Ao. I didn't get the same reaction to Ao, but obviously I'm biased. But I like Ao too, but come on, man, it's Kamome.
愛人1号
Umi pointed her finger at Kamome.
え、どういうこと？
愛人2号
Umi continued, turning her fingers towards our. What did she say?
海ちゃんもいたんだね。
Oh, she just noticed Umi. She called her mistress.
あらら、そうだったの？お母さん、修羅場。
It's really not like that.
違うの？
Please don't steer this conversation in a difficult direction.
あれ？ちょっと空気が重い感じだね。失礼失礼。
It's like a moment can read the room, at least to some extent.
でも、この空気の重さはお母さんが理由っぽい？
And there she goes, immediately invoking the ban word. How did you know?
白羽さん、すごく沈んだ感じだったから。
Where did you see her?
あっちの方。
I looked in the direction Kamome pointed. That way. The place where Shira always went to be alone. The out-of-the-way section of the shore where we went fishing. Thanks, Kamome. The corn snack's on me. I will put them on the tab.
店にあるパリンキー、全部ください。
Oh! You're surprisingly merciless, huh? But knowing what Shira was made a huge difference. I'll be right back, Umi. I set off at a run. In the height of the summer heat, on my own two legs. We'd gone out for a walk, so I left the cub at home. But I now regretted that choice, at least a little. But no, running might be better anyway. If I were in the cub, Shira would know the sound of the engine and run away. What should I ask, and how should I ask it? I ran those questions through my head over and over as I sprinted towards the island outskirts. But unable to come to a conclusion, I reached my destination, still lacking a plan. There's some good water, dude. I found her there, facing the ocean and staring out into the distance. Her long hair was fluttered in the salty breeze, her pale skin that never seemed to burn. Seeing her in this place, those traits took a different, somehow isolating quality. So much so that, just for a moment, I almost reconsidered calling out to her. I felt like I was reaching out towards something that should never be touched. There was no time for bashfulness. Shira! She turned to look, and I saw she'd been fishing. Somehow, the atmosphere turned instantly awkward. Shiraha.
何？
You got a bite. She tugged on her rod. A star popped out of the ocean and sailed through the air. A starfish, huh? You eat everything you catch, was it?
とでは美味しいし、
Wait, you're seriously gonna eat it?
ウニみたいな味がする。
There's some top grade stuff then. I was legitimately surprised. But then the conversation stopped dead. All that was left was a permeating, indescribable awkwardness. So, you know, Umi's waiting for you to come over.
お母さんはもうしまいって言ったし。
Yeah, and it was a one-sided request in the first place, but it was just so sudden.
うん。
It was here, right?
Huh?
This is where you told me that I'd be better off not involving myself with you.
あ、
Your curse. Does that have something to do with it?
関係ない。
It doesn't?
あなたに関係ない。
Nothing to do with me. Please stop saying stuff like that. I certainly think it has something to do with me.
それはそっちの都合だし。
Yesterday, when you left, you said you were sorry, didn't you? I don't think that's something you say to a person you had nothing to do with.
それは。
Ah! If there was a reason for all this, I want you to tell me. I want to know.
うん。これを聞いたら、もう近づかないでほしい。
I can't promise that.
なら話せない。
Then I'll keep chasing after you until I do.
恋。
Hmm?
どすこい。
Ugh! I haven't heard that in a while. For some reason, the words inflicted especially high damage now. But I couldn't afford to lose heart. I don't care how duskcoy I am. I want you to tell me. I had to show her I wouldn't back down. Not to the bitter end. Shiroha looked more troubled than angry. Finally, she sighed in defeat.
この島に住んでいる人ならみんな知っていることだけど、私は呪われてるの。
What a terrible word. Does that mean they ostracize you? Some custom observed only on this island, maybe.
そういうんじゃないの。島の人たちはみんないい人ばかりだし、だからこそ巻き込みたくないって思ってる。
Get them involved? Could this be why she was keeping to herself?
私は見えてしまうの、未来が。
It was kind of a long story. They're gonna skip it because you played the Shiroha road, alright. And a absurd and plausible one at that. Shiroha had possessed a strange power since long ago. The power to see the disaster that would befall people. The things she saw would actually come to pass in real life. And they always happened to people who were close to her.
だから今まで誰とも親しくならないようにしてきた。
But all that might just be a coincidence, right?
そう考えようとしたこともあった。でも未来からはどうやっても逃げられなかった。まるで歩く道を縫い止められたように。ただ吸い込まれるようにたどり着くの。変えようと思っても逃げようと思っても、そうしたことが結果的に見た未来につながるの。
It wasn't something I could just accept at the drop of a hat. But somehow, a part of me was satisfied by her explanation.
驚かないんだね。
No, I'm surprised, but
海ちゃんのせいで納得した？
she was exactly right. Umi Picture Diary. I called it a magical diary myself, but even I found something about it unsettling. No amount of effort could let us change the weather ourselves. But up to today, it hadn't been wrong even once. Even the rain fell exactly when the diary said it would. Almost as if Umi had known that it would rain that day in advance.
やっぱり未来を知る力ってあるんだって思い知ったの。私が見る未来は変えることができないんだって。やっぱり私はこの夏に。
What? You really what?
あ、
Shiroha, what did you see?
暗い海。雨が降っていて、それを私は海の中から見ているの。
Hey, I was wondering, in the other routes, did she not drown during the festival? I don't know. From inside it. In other words, that means she was drowning.
見上げた海面には赤い光がいくつも浮かんでいるの。あれはこの島の海の祭事、夏鳥の儀。今年私は夏鳥っていうご先祖様たちの魂が迷わず帰れるように先導する役をするの。まだ誰にも言っていないことだったけど、きっとそこで何かが起こって私は海に沈むんだと思う。苦しくて息ができなくて心臓が痛くて。
As I responded to Shiroha's words, I started to tremble. I involuntarily shut my eyes tight and could see the blackness of the water. In the depths of my imagination, it felt like my heart was being dragged into the darkness.
どうしたの？
Her voice brought me back to reality. I opened my eyes. Shiroha's face was right in front of me.
大丈夫？
Sorry, I'm fine. I was still lightly trembling. What I seen was a jumbled, hallucinatory mixture of Shiroha words and my own experiences. I guess I can't escape it, no matter how far I run. It felt like I could run, and run, but those dark waters would never stop chasing after me. No, that might not be quite right. Shiroha, you try to fight it.
立ち向かう
Back when we first met, you were practicing swimming at the school pool, weren't you? You were trying to learn to survive, even in the open sea, right?
少しだけあがいてみた。でもやっぱり無駄だと思った。海ちゃんが教えてくれた。未来は変わらない。変えられないって。
That's not...
もう私に構わないで。
What? Why would you say something like that?
巻き込みたくないから。ひどい目に遭うのは私だけで十分だし、本当は私は一人でいなくちゃいけなかったのに。
Damn, he thought he... As she spoke, Shida hugged back further and further away from me.
誰も私の運命に巻き込んでしまわないように。
Even though I wanted to get closer to her,
それでもごめんなさい。
I had the feeling that if I took even one step forward, Shida would run, so I didn't move an inch.
あなたたちと過ごした時間、すごく楽しかった。
Shida! I couldn't stop myself. Before I knew it, I cried out and stepped towards her. But as if that was a signal, Shida turned and fled. Even though I couldn't resist approaching her, I now couldn't even bring myself to chase after her. It was like my soles were glued to the ground, and I couldn't take a single step. Shida ran, without looking back. I couldn't do a single thing. Had I not believed her? Is that why she ended up all alone again? Had she rejected her connection with Umi? Damn it! I was ashamed beyond words by my own powerlessness. Oh, good. So I wonder what's going to happen. Is he going to practice swimming? But now, the difference between Shiraha route and this one is Umi's involved. Very, very involved. So how is he going to do this now? 2 days have passed since my dad went away. What? Went away? With no school to go to. I spent... What? Is that legal? To have your kids, you know... leave them at the house alone, unsupervised. I feel like that's not legal. Why would they have babysitters if that was legal, right? I don't know. That don't feel legal, but I don't know. With no school to go to, I spent even more time all alone in the silent house. Well, to be fair, I'm not gonna lie. My parents do that all the time. But it's not that bad if you have a game console. Yeah. You should have bought Umi a PlayStation or something. When any kind of sound, I decided to clean. It was easier to distract myself when I was doing something. I went to clean my father's room, which I normally never entered. There was a letter on top of his desk. It was addressed to him. The return address was for Torishirojima. I knew I shouldn't look without asking, but I looked anyway. The letter was about my mother, about the memorial service for the 12th anniversary of her death, and my dad had left me behind. Oh, you think he went to this island? It was a horrible, melancholic dream. But the moment I opened my eyes, everything had been spilled out of my mind, leaving only a vague and dim memory behind. That said, even if I forgot the contents, the feelings remained firmly within me. I tried to clear my head and sit up, but something was pulling on my arm. Wait, no. Clinging to it. Umi. Umi was fast asleep and clinging to my arm, her eyes red and swollen. Yesterday was the first time she spent a full day apart from Shiroha since she started calling her mom. When I returned to the candy store alone and dejected, she hadn't said a word. Maybe she's been sympathizing with me. To think a little kid like her was watching out for my feelings. I really was in a pitiful state. In an effort to distract myself, I thought I'd go help out in the shed, even if I had to force my way in, but
今日はちょっと温度の方に行かなくちゃいけないの。お留守番お願いね。
what terrible timing. The air was heavy. This time, it really just the two of us stuck in the house together. We went to the radio calisthenics in the morning, but we barely spoke to each other at all. Not during breakfast, and not now either. Umi, do you want to make some origami?
折り紙。お母さん。
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. The word origami had acted as a trigger, bringing Shiroha back into her mind. Her eyes began to fill with tears. But before they could fall, she wiped them away. She desperately held them back, as if to declare, I'm not crying. Seriously, I really am powerless. And so, we returned to our original lifestyle. To an everyday life of TV and boredom. To those measly 4 channels that never broadcast anything we wanted to watch. I only kept it on for the noise, since the silence was painful. Umi had been quietly watching the TV for some time, but suddenly she stood up with a sniff. For a moment, I thought she'd go to the toilet, but then she started rummaging through her own luggage. She pulled out a letter. She unfolded it and began to read on her own. You were reading that earlier too, weren't you? I remember asking who it was from. Back then, she hadn't answered me, but now. Who is it from? I tried asking again.
お母さんの手紙。
Your mom's?
お母さんが残してくれたの。
Not Shiroha, of course. She must have been talking about her real mother. She told me that she's gone. So it was a letter that she left behind for Umi, huh? As she read, Umi insistently twisted her head around, this way and that. What's wrong?
難しい。
Huh? You can't read it?
うん、
But you were reading it before, weren't you?
読めない。
She scrunched up her face. So I could tell she didn't know what to do. I moved next to her and peeked at the letter. It used some kanji, certainly, but none of them seemed like particularly difficult ones. I couldn't imagine a girl of Umi's age not knowing how to read them. To the contrary, I was positive she'd been reading it to herself earlier. She's been nodding along as she read. I saw it myself. She'd forgotten how to read?
海。
Whatever's the case, I couldn't stand to watch her looking that sad any longer. Should I read it for you?
うん。
Umi hesitated for a moment, then handed me the letter. The envelope had a letter for the times when you're sad written on it. It felt like it carried some deep meaning, which surprised me a little. Just what could be written here? Okay, I'll read it. A bit nervous, I began to slowly read out loud. When you're sad, you don't need to hold back. Put your feelings into words. Tell them to the people around you. And when you can't bear the sadness any longer, alone, it's okay to share it with someone. So reach out your hand. And if you find it warm to grasp, you'll be alright. It was a letter from someone I never met. I had no clue what they were thinking, and under what circumstances they'd written it for Umi. But even so, its contents touched me dearly. Deeply. To the point that I couldn't stop myself from tearing up. It was as if the author had written it, knowing full well that they'd never see Umi again.
お母さん。
How many times had Umi read this letter? I'm sure she read it and reread it over and over again. I didn't understand why she lost the ability to read it all of a sudden, but there was no way her mother would have written a letter that was too hard for her. I'm sure she wanted a letter message to reach Umi above all else. And I'm sure Umi understood that too. She must have felt how must she have felt when she read it? Just thinking about it was breaking my heart. Umi. I stretched out my hand to Umi like it was the most natural thing to do in the world. Reach out your hand. Those were the letter's words. That was what her mother had wanted, had wished for her to do. I, the one not by her side, wanted to do what her mother would surely have done for her. But would my feelings get through to her? Squeeze. Slowly trembling, Umi took my hand. Her grip was strong, so brave, I was taken aback. I squeezed her back, carefully not to crush it. I gently wrapped her hands within mine. Umi, what do you want to do? As I held her hand, I asked, what do you want to do right now? More than anything else.
お母さんに会いたい。
Her answer was obvious. She wanted to see her mom, to see Shiroha. But Shiroha was in a terrible state yesterday. I had yet to tell Umi about it.
ずっとすれ違いで。
Huh.
でもこの夏は逃げない。
Oh, she's talking about the other routes with Shiroha. They always pass each other by. The bath scene, remember? The bath broke. They had to go to a public bath. Shiroha showed up. Umi hide behind Hairi. And she never interacted with Shiroha because of that. And not because of that scene, but that was her only chance, and she never interacted with her.
きっと最後だから。
Umi, what are you talking about?
海
Still clasping my hand, Umi stared out into space. It felt like she wasn't aware of her surroundings.
手紙返して。
Huh. Oh, right. I handed Umi back the letter from her mother. She folded it carefully and returned it to the envelope, which she in turn returned her luggage. But as she did, another piece of paper slid out and fell to the floor. It was a picture. It was clearly old, its edges tattered here and there. A perfectly ordinary group picture. Or so I thought. Is this Shiroha ending? Wait, isn't that? Oh, it's a Shiroha ending. Oh, fuck. That means Heidi's really is the dad. Damn, dude, they really pull a fucking Clannad. Damn, dude, just like Clannad. The mother dies, the main character became a terrible father. Oh no. In the picture, I saw the people of this island. They were all people I knew. Yoshi was there, Tenzin, Nomiki too, Ao, and Shiroha. And right beside her, why am I there? I had no idea what it could mean. I mean, I couldn't remember ever being in a picture like this.
返して。お母さんの写真。
Damn, who's the Okasa? I mean, it's kind of obvious who he's spending time with, but I mean, you never know. Anything could happen. Mom? I took another look at it. Does that mean one of these people is Umi's mother? But the only people in the photo were all from this island. It was everyone I met since I came here. And most of all, I was struck by the number at the bottom right corner. August 31st. But today's only the 15th. Does that mean this picture is from the future? Hold up. And on top of that, it's so old, it's beaten and tattered. It looked like many years had passed since it's been taken. This is so stupid. I felt like an idiot just for thinking it. Why would I even consider something so preposterous? But it was obvious. The clues are all there. All sorts of things begin to click together. In isolation, I could laugh each of them off as a coincidence. But viewing them all together as a whole, I wasn't laughing at all. How had the weather in her pictures been right so consistently? The face she made sometimes that told me she'd known. She did her duty at what she told no one. And finally, the secret Shiroha revealed to me yesterday.
私は見えてしまうの、未来が。
Even more so than that secret, the thought not crossing my mind sent me reeling. Umi, did you... Man, I'm about to say something really stupid, but I can't afford not to ask. Yeah, if I'm wrong, we can just laugh it off and be done with it. Did you come here from the future? It was really stupid. But even so, the moment the words came out of my mouth, I couldn't help but see the little girl in front of me as a complete stranger. Even though she was the girl who I spent more time with that summer than anyone else. Like a lost child, Umi stood there idly.
お母さんに会いに来たの。もうお母さんはいなかったから、私はお母さんを知らなかったから、だから会いたくてこの島に来たの。未来から。
She said it. Damn. She does not look like Shiroha at all. What the hell? They share no features. Maybe she's not really the Okasa. Who was the other choices again? So there was Kyoko-san. Oh boy. Did they keep it in the family? Why is her last name Koto? Wait a minute. But Kyoko's last name is Misaki. Wait a minute, who was the other girl? Was it just Ao and then Shiroha? And then Kyoko? Maybe there was someone very far in the picture that we can't see. Maybe Shizuku-senpai was there somehow. I was shaking at a loss of words. Let me see. Let me look at the character list again. If you look at this list, who does Umi mostly resembles? She doesn't resemble... Oh yeah, Nomiki was there. Nomiki was there. But she doesn't look like Nomiki at all either. She does not resemble anybody. Not even Heidi. Her eyes color is different. Look at Kyoko and then look at Heidi's eyes. And then you look at Umi. Why can't Umi's eyes be the same as Kyoko and Heidi? That would make more sense. Why is her hair pink? Because anime. Maybe it's not pink. Maybe that's a new shade of brown. If it weren't for that picture, I assume it was a childish prank. But I believe you, Umi. The words just spilled out naturally.
本当?
She looked surprised. I suppose she hadn't expected me to believe her. It was like everything that was causing her to tense up had suddenly been wiped away. I'm saying she told me fully prepared to be rejected. Umi, will you tell me more about yourself? Why she look happy? Umi looked me in the eye.
私には
Get some water.
小さな頃から不思議な力があったの。
A mysterious power?
心だけ過去に少し戻れる力。
Just your heart to the past.
嫌なことがあるとそこから逃げるみたいに気がつけば戻っているの。やり直せるわけじゃないけど、また同じ未来をたどるけど。
This story. I know how it was going. It was a story I had seen somewhere before. I couldn't remember where I'd seen it, but I had no doubt that I knew it. So then, how did you come here?
ここに来たいと思ったから。この島はお父さんとお母さんが楽しい夏休みを過ごした場所って言っていた。この島で出会って 恋をした。ずっと昔、私もここに住んでいたって言ってた。小さくて覚えていないけど、でもお父さんに連れられて島を出たの。この島にはもう近づかないって。理由は何度聞いても教えてくれなかった。ただ忘れろって言うだけ。だんだんとお父さんとは話さなくなっていった。
Did you and your dad not get along?
お父さんは私のことが嫌いなんだと思う。
She gazed at me, speaking falteringly, as if it was incredibly difficult to admit.
だって私のせいでお母さん死んじゃったから。
I heard that she was gone. Naturally, I considered the possibility that she passed away. But hearing it said so directly, the weight of her words had me choked up.
でも一度だけお酒を飲んでる時にお母さんのことを話してくれた。島で出会った二人の過ごした夏休みのお話。偶然出会っていろいろなことをしたって。一緒に魚釣りをしたり、家で紙飛行機を作って競争したり、昆虫採集で虫の大きさを競った。
Something they just did.
カラオケみたいに歌を歌ったって言ってた。流れるプールとか滑り台で遊んだって言ってた。そんな夏休みを過ごしたって。羨ましかった。私はそんな夏休みを知らないから、私もお母さんとそんな夏休みを過ごしたいってそう思うようになったの。
Umi hung her head as she listed the activities one by one, like they were her own memories. They were the very activities she'd written about in her picture diary, meaning she really had drawn everything she wanted to do.
夏休み、お父さんは私を置いて一人で島に戻っていた。お母さんの法事なのに私だけが
Damn.
置いていかれた。
Why did he do
だか
that?
ら一人で来たの。
To this island?
スマホのアプリがあれば平気。
Hey, what year is this? What the fuck? Oh yeah, this fucking day and age, there's no such thing as a. No wonder they're spending time together. Smartphone hasn't been. No, that the TV's not a flat screen. Smartphone hasn't been invented yet. Smartphone. Wait, what are apps? Hadn't heard any of those words before.
未来にある携帯電話のこと。
And if you have one of those phones, you can go on a long trip, no problem?
地図とかあるから。
We're talking about a phone, right? Hey man, didn't like flip phones and shit have maps too? I think it did. Crap, this is getting harder and harder for me to follow. I definitely believe her, but my mind couldn't keep up with her words.
島には初めて来たのにとても懐かしかった。私は知らないのに私を知ってる人もいた。それでじいじの家に行ったの。そこで写真を見つけた。
This one. The old group photo I held in my hand.
母さん、初めて見た。
Oh, dude, we don't even know who's the mom, though. Who's granddaddy? Wait a minute. It really could be any of these four. You know, you can't count Kyoko out. You don't know what kind of Alabama shit this story might take a turn to. It is Japan, so.
すごく嬉しかった。やっとお母さんを見ることができたから。
The first time your dad didn't let you see any pictures of her?
うん。お父さんはお母さんのことが大好きだったから、見ると辛いから写真も全部捨てちゃったって。だからその写真が最後の一枚かも。じいじに写真をもらったの。大事にしようと思った。でもお父さんに見つかった。だから逃げた。
You ran away?
お父さんに写真が見つかったら捨てられちゃうから、勝手に島に来たことも怒られるから、逃げているうちにどんどんと山に入って周りが暗くなってきて、それでも逃げ続けて、ずっと逃げてばかりだって思ったけど、私にはそれしかできなくて。
She got that from her dad.
そして
running away.
私は崖から落ちた。
Oh, you think she died?
体が真っ暗な闇に落ちていくのを感じた。このまま死んじゃうって思った。でも死んだらお母さんに会えるのかなって。お母さんに会いたいって、ただそれだけを考えていたの。そうしたら暗闇の中に綺麗な蝶々が飛んでいたの。
A butterfly.
まるで道案内をしてくれているみたいだった。ずっと落ち続けているみたいな感覚だったけど、蝶々に触りたくて目いっぱい手を伸ばして、気がついたらこの時代に来てた。
She died, dude. 100% she died. Oh, fuck. Now he really lost everything. Lost the wife and the daughter. Damn. I was speechless. Umi had fallen from a cliff in an accident, and while she fell, she wished with every last ounce of her strength she could see her mom. In that near-death situation, the power she always had to send just her heart into the past might have activated spontaneously, and she gone back in time, body and all. It was way too hazardous a story to believe, but the picture I held in my hands was undeniable proof.
それから何度も夏を繰り返してきた。
Why didn't she ask, why didn't Heidi ask, who's the dad? And then maybe that may change the past for him to be a better dad.
お母さんと一緒に過ごせる夏休みが欲しかったから。でもうまくい
I'm
かない
sorry,
こ
that's
と
my
ばか
fault.
り。
I just wanted to be with Shizuku, man. Come on. And help Shiki. If Heidi didn't help Shiki, who would?
何度も心を過去に戻した。でも戻ると何かが抜け落ちていくみたいだった。
Her memories.
ちょっと怖い。
Oh, that's why Umi was so smart when we first met her. So that's how she normally acts. Then who is this Umi that we're talking to? Is this how she normally acts around her dad? Maybe. And the other Umi is how she normally acts in like school, right? Because remember she said she has friends in school. But when she gets home, it's just lonely. Umi's shoulders droop despondently. I look back to the picture. That photo I couldn't remember being in made me somehow nervous. I'm pretty sure I knew what the seed of that nervousness was. Umi, who was your mother? I felt like a line I wasn't meant to cross. But I also felt like if I never asked, I'd never be able to resolve anything. How did Umi know who the mom is? She never seen her mom, right? Unless granddaddy told her. Umi looked at the picture and hesitated too. Then she reached out and pointed at one person.
お母さん
Shiroha. Her faintly trembling finger was pointed at Shiroha. Since the moment she said that her mom was in the picture, I kinda had a feeling that it would be her. But that was the first time you seen her. How did you know that Shiroha was your mom?
お父さんの横にいたから
Notice that he never asked who the dad is.
見てすぐわかった
I see. The person next to Shiroha in the picture. So then, I am your father? Umi looked me straight in the eyes. She looked anxious and she was trembling, as if she was wondering whether it was alright for her to nod. But that was enough to confirm it for me. I see. I nodded toward her. Umi looked surprised.
信じてくれるの
Damn, dude. They pulled a clonade. Main character turned to a shitty father figure right after the love of his life died. Honestly, I'm not sure I understand. So many things about this are just way too sudden. I can't process it, but somehow I can accept it. Emotions aside, I had no grounds to deny it. But all things considered, the future me is a real asshole, huh? To think he wouldn't let his daughter see any pictures of her mom. Just what the hell could have happened to me into that sort of person? No, it could be that I've been that sort of person from the very start. I mean, I came to this island to run away, didn't I?
私はたくさん夏を繰り返してきたの。その数だけお父さんを見て、その数だけお父さんを知っていった。きっとお母さんのことを隠す理由があったんだって。そう思った。本当は優しい人だって。それはもう分かってるから。最初は怖かったけど、今はもう平気。お父さんが海のお父さんでよかった。
Umi smiled at me. And with just that, I felt like I've been forgiven for the sins I committed in the future, had yet to see myself. Oh, you take that lesson and be a better dad. Right? Why didn't you take your daughter to Disneyland? Yes, it will cost you like $10,000, probably more thanks to inflation, but... I guess no, but that's pretty expensive. After revealing all the secrets to me, all the things she could never tell anyone before, Umi fell asleep. Her sleeping face looked peaceful, but... My daughter from the future, huh? My own inner thoughts were anything but tranquil. Staring at the picture from the future, I turned her still unrealistic sounding story over in my head. Umi came here from the future. Her mother Shiroha, her father's me, she claims. And to top it off, Shiroha would die, and I would treat Umi terribly because of it. It was all more than a bit shocking. I was conflicted, but I didn't think I could talk about any of it with Shiroha. Excuse me. Well, to be fair, Umi doesn't really know her mom though, so it's still a toss-up. She went back and repeated the summer over and over. It's almost like she's been on an endless journey. A journey? Suddenly, the picture book we made had popped into my head. The story of a beautiful butterfly who journeyed from place to place. I think it was over here. I searched around and finally found it. Considering we completely improvised the whole thing, I say it turned out pretty well. But what caught my attention was part of the story. At the time I thought that Umi made it up herself, but I also thought it was weirdly specific and unusually complete for something a child had come up with. What if she hadn't imagined it? What if she'd drawn it from her experiences up until that point? What if the journey in the story really represented time to her? But if the journey was her way of talking about traveling to the past, then what were the butterfly colorful rings supposed to represent? In the picture book, the butterfly wings gradually lost all their color. Does that mean that Umi had lost something? What on earth could she be losing over the course of a long journey? I might be overthinking this. Umi might be losing something, but I really didn't want to consider it. For the moment, there was only one thing for me to do. I had to save Shiroha. I had to create a continuation to the future that she'd seen. You gotta get Shiroha. We gotta save her so Umi could be born. Let's learn to swim. 16. Oh, this is a new CG. Oh no, never mind. This is Shiroha house. Next day, I took Umi with me to visit Shiroha house. It was an elegant one-story building. I walked her there once before on the day that Umi warned us about the rain, so I knew I had the right place. Umi muttered. That's right, Umi met the person who lives here from the future. Then that must be really hard for the granddad, right? He's seen both his kid and his grandkid died before his very eyes. Not before his very eyes. He's seen them died before him. That must be really sad for his part. Because he outlived his offsprings. At least you get to see Umi though, right? His great grandkid. What kind of person is your grandpa? That's so. I figured that meant he wouldn't cause any problems for us, even if he was in the house. Alright, let's go see Mom. Assuming, of course, she was actually in. That would be helpful. I reached out and pressed the button for the intercom, but just then, rumble. I reflexively averted my gaze. Huh, who's this guy? I'm feeling some kind of really intense, I don't know, pressure or something from him. He looked like he's getting up in years, but his body was still crazy muscular. Thick blood vessels bulged from his deeply tanned arms. He had scars all over his body, as if to warn away anyone who might try to add to them. No way. Could this guy be the grandpa Umi was talking about? Him? Super kind. I glanced over at Umi and said, Wait, why are you freaking out too? His voice was deep, and his gaze piercing. I'm a friend of Shiroha's and...
Nani? Shiroha no yūjin da to?
This guy's ridiculously terrifying. Oh man, did I see something wrong? What? I made a questioning noise, and he glared at me.
二度は言わん。
Right. No way I could defy this guy. Umi and I held hands and stepped over the threshold of the Naruse family home. Is Shiroha? Girls sure do take their time getting ready, don't they? scary. Seriously, this old guy's way too scary. Is he really Shiroha's grandfather? I'm not in the wrong house, am I? He led us to the living room, but my grandfather hadn't said a word the whole time. He was sitting a short distance away from us. Is he monitoring us? Anyway, I should try to start our relationship off on the right foot. My name Takahara Hairi.
わしはナルセコバト
Kobato. Without thinking, I repeated his name back to him. The way I figured it was written, meaning little pigeon, was a hysterically poor fit for his image. It's okay. Keep it together. I'm sure hope lies just beyond this intense pressure. The sliding screen opened. Hope had arrived. I was relieved. Thank goodness you're here.
何しに来たの?
But Shiroha's face told me she was troubled by my presence. Ah, crap. Umi came too.
ふみちゃん。
She might have been able to give me the nuisance look, but she couldn't bring herself to do the same to Umi. Seeing her face soften, her grandfather quietly closed his eyes. Thank God. I came to talk. I have a ton of things I want to talk with you about.
私にはないし。
Umi's worried about you too.
言ったはずだし。私にはもう構わないでって。巻き込みたくないの。
And I can't leave you be. You're the one in danger, aren't you? Like I said, I can't leave you be.
なるほど小僧どこで聞いたか知らんがくだらん風評を真に受けたか
I'd be happy with just rumors, but if it's true, it could be a disaster.
黙れ小僧
His angry roar shook me to the
こ
core.
の狭い島で根も葉もない噂が広がり迷信好きな老人がそれを信じるおかしな空気になるそしてぼっちになるそんな状況を変えることができるのだ孫娘がぼっちじゃなくなるのだそうぼっちではな
Damn, dude. He's right there.
おじいちゃん。ぼっち。言い過ぎだし。
You may be the closest person to Shiroha, but you don't know the first thing about her.
何
Shiroha is not just a loner. She's a self-imposed loner. She deliberately made herself a loner by her own free will. She just doesn't want to cause any trouble in the 1 in a million chance that those awful rumors are true. It's her own kindness that driven her to be a loner. I poured my heart out. I couldn't leave it unsaid. The feeling that drove Shiroha into her tense isolation. I couldn't accept her own relative, not understanding them.
ぼっち。言い過ぎ。
Sorry. But you're not a loner anymore.
Huh?
I mean, you spent so much time with everyone this summer. You've been together this whole time. And we walk together from now on too. Oh, we'll be together from now on too. Shiroha, I'll protect you from the dangers and the futures you saw.
ハイリ。
小僧わしの息子が亡くなってまだ幼かったこの子を引き取ってこの腕で孫娘を守り抜こうと決めたお前のような口だけのシティボーイからな
He raised his rugged fist and shot me a look of pure rage.
己の力を見せてから吠えろ小僧
Works for me. That'll make things quicker. Don't come crying for compensation when I punch you dentures apart, old man. I don't know about that, Heidi.
殴り合い謝るなそんな物騒なことはせん
Huh? Then how should I?
島に伝わる伝統的な方法で勝負を決しようじゃないか
Fishing. A traditional contest. He brought me out to the beach near the harbor. Are we sumo wrestling or something?
ああ、あっちでな
In the ocean?
見ろ浮きが円形に浮かんでいるだろう
Yeah.
水中にもロープが降りていて、中からでもサークルに覆われているのがわかるようになっている。水中で相手をあの円から押し出せば勝ちだ。
Underwater? As he spoke, a deep, dark expanse of water spread out in front of my eyes. An illusion. Instantly, my pulse was pounding erratically.
どうした？顔色が悪いぞ。
ハイリ？
No, I'm fine. I shook my head and cast off the awful vision. There's no time to hesitate.
水が怖いか？
No.
頼りないことこの上ないな。迷いがあるならやめておけ。これは遊びではない。昔何度かこの島で戦があった。島の住民は海上でゲリラ戦を仕掛け、相手を水中に引きずり込んで息の根を止める戦法を得意としていたらしい。
Excuse me. God damn it.
水中での白兵戦に勝利するために鳥城島ならではの古武術が生まれた。それはその技を競い合うための水中格闘。
I learned about this in Shikiro. I don't remember if they talk about Shiroha, but I learned it from Shikiro. Underwater, hand-to-hand combat. Martial arts. It sounded plenty violent in my book. But more than anything else, the phrase "drag your foes on the water" made my blood run cold.
どうした？顔が青くなっているぞ。
やめて、おじいちゃん。
お前は下がっていなさい。
でも。
It's okay, Shiroha. Stay back, please. Squeeze.
海ちゃん？
Umi had grabbed onto Shiroha's skirt.
大丈夫。
Umi looked over at me. Her feelings were plain to see. She believed in me from the bottom of her heart. I had no choice but to live up to expectations. I mean, I'm her dad, right? Takahara Hairi! I cheered myself on.
なんだ？
Nothing. Don't worry about it. I'll be right back, Umi.
覚悟はいいか？
That's my line, old man. We both prepared to dive into the water.
何かあるの？外からやってきた僕ちゃんが成瀬のお嬢様に手を出したから。
お嬢様。
ああ、それでおじいさんが。
祭りも近いのに海が血で汚れるのはどうなんでしょう。
The entertainment-starved islanders began to assemble. Thought something smelled good, and when I looked, it turned out they already set up a food stall.
焼きそばいかすか？
And someone, I mean Ryochi.
おせんにキャラメルはいかがですか？
Tenzin was there too. Dude.
あざっす。大盛りっすか？
Yeah, a large helping of what the hell? I'm pretty serious about this, you know? If you're here to mess around, please just go home.
見くびるなよ。こっちだって真剣だ。お前の危機を茶化したりなんかしない。
Wait, mess?
この勝負、どう見てもお前に分が悪い。
You think so?
俺たちは白羽のじいさんのことはよく知ってるからな。あのじいさんはただものじゃない。
Kind of figured that out just looking at him.
勝機があるとしたらチームワークだ。俺たちが外から指示を出す。ああ、俺たちに任せておけ。
私もやりたい。
Umi.
私、お父さんに指示する。
I guess this is Umi's way of saying she wants to support me. That said, getting advice from you guys sound really great and all, but I'll be underwater, you know. What the fuck? But you really, thanks. The thought alone means a lot to me.
小僧、準備はいいか？
Hey man, what does he got? Gunshot runes. Yeah.
ならばついてこい。
He dove into the sea, raising a column of water in his wake.
まるで輪だつみだな。
さあ来い、小僧。
I tried to dive in after him, but I was frozen in place. The calm, mirror-like surface of the sea looked like a bottomless bog in my eyes. The feeling I experienced in the pool at the summer tournament all came rushing back to me.
What? Hairi?
ハイリ
I couldn't respond. It was taking all I had to not break down trembling.
やはり臆したか
It was like my body had been turned to stone. This might be no good after all. And at that moment, as I closed my eyes in despair, Umi's voice snapped me back to reality. Hearing Umi cheers, it was like my body had suddenly been unbound.
行くのか
Yeah, here I go. Umi! Thanks! I heard myself into the sea. I was long out of practice, but I hadn't done all that training for nothing. My muscles still remember how to swim. Physically, I was just fine. My problems were all in my head. But Umi had given me the courage I needed. It's okay. I'm okay. For a second, I felt I might black out, but I managed to pull myself together. I'm okay. I can do this. Alright?
出てきたぞ
I'm okay. What? A massive shadow was surging up beneath me. With a humongous spray of water, Shiroha Grandpa broke the surface.
もう始まっているぞ小僧
Whoa! I narrowly dodged out of the way as he grabbed my legs and submerged myself as well. Ooh. As he'd been waiting for the moment, Shiroha's grandfather was floating right in front of me. His limbs splayed out in the water. He looked even bigger than usual. For some reason, the words Moby Dick floated through my mind. Looking around me, a number of divers were stationed outside the arena. The scene felt so real, and more than a bit scary. In a moment, I was distracted by my surroundings. He came at me. Gah! I barely dodged past his arms, which were thick as my thighs. All I had to do was to somehow get him outside the circle of the buoys. The rules were broad and vague. I compared it to sumo, but since striking at perfectly valid, maybe MMA would have been a closer match. Valid or not, though, I didn't think he would put any power behind our blows underwater. The fist he threw out impacted my gut, but I hardly felt any damage. As he shouted, his fist was sent a sudden intense wave of pressure through me. I sent a cough, expelling all the air from my lungs. I was completely out of breath. I made for the surface in a peg, but his rough hand caught me by the ankle. And then he dragged me in. This is bad. I felt my leg as hard as I could, but he didn't even budge. If anything, the wasted move just made me more starved for the air. It tied the noose around my own neck. He was saying something I could pretty much imagine what it was. This old dude could push out the circles effortlessly. But instead, he wanted to force me to give up on my own. Crap, my lungs are starting to hurt. I sank into despair. And then, I saw something bright glittering within the water. It was a light I'd seen before. Feeling that light fade away was more painful than anything. Once more, I wanted to reach out and grab a hold of it. Lost all sorts of things, but the brilliance I'd seen long ago. I felt like that, at least, still lingered somewhere within my chest. He was saying something again, but we were underwater, so I had no clue what it was. However, I saw him looking outside the circle. He began to swing me around with all his strength. His plan to throw me out just like that? I was already suffocating, and combined with the centrifugal force brought me even closer to blacking out. At this rate, I might lose consciousness before I even leave the circle. Damn it, the light's fading away again. I reached my arm, my hand, my fingers towards it. I want to get back what I lost, because I didn't want to run away anymore. I want to struggle, even just a little. Umi. Even within the sea, I could hear her voice. It might have been hallucination, or I might have been imagining it, but it was more than enough to snap me out of my stupor. Not if I can help it. The moment he let go of me, I grabbed onto his arm in exchange. Channeling the force of his throw, I swapped places with him. But it was nearly enough power to force him out of but it wasn't nearly enough power to force him out of the circle. I'm not done yet. I pulled him closer to me and hurled up and flipped forward. As I spun, I planted the soles of my feet into his burly chest. In a motion I repeated tens of hundreds of times whenever I needed to reverse my course. Oh, it's the thingy. And damn it, my body remembers after all. It was telling me that 1 year break meant nothing to it. The emotion was completely ingrained. I extended my curled up body all at once like a spring. A flip turn. Shiroha Grandpa, acting as the wall for my turn, flew out of the ring. What the? He desperately reached, about to stop his momentum, but that was no use. He already passed out by the circle's boundary. Ooh. At the same moment, I confirmed my victory as my mind was submerged in darkness. The next time I opened my eyes, I was on the beach. Umi was looking down at me, worried. Huh? I won, right?
ああ、すごかったぜ。シロハのじいさんをやっちまうなんて。あのじいさんが負けたのは俺が知る限り初めてだ。
Oh, wow. I really won? Thank goodness. And wait, didn't I drown or something?
わしに勝った男が溺れるとは不甲斐ない。勝者が情けないと敗者が浮かばれん。
So, you saved me?
お前を助けたわけではない。お前を助けに行って溺れた白羽を助けたら、お前がついてきただけ。
Alright. What? Shiroha did. I sat up and looked around me.
Hairi.
She was looking at me, making an almost apologetic face for some reason.
無理をしないで。
No, if what he just told me is true, you're the one who pushed yourself too far, right? You nearly drowned.
先にあなたの方が溺れたし。
Sure, but it's way too dangerous to dive into the sea when you can't swim properly.
だって体が勝手に動いたから。
So she sounded embarrassed, her voice growing gradually quieter and quieter as she spoke. Her grandfather browed. Meanwhile, touched more and more vigorously. Anyway, this proves I am stronger than you, doesn't it?
遺憾ではあるがな。それで何を望む？
When it's time for the ceremony, I want you to let me stay with Shiroha.
それは無理だ。
He replied immediately. You were the one who told me to show you my strength, weren't you?
それは単純に力量を見せろということだ。言葉通りで裏も何もない。そもそも儀式に付き添うなどとは今初めて言っただろう。
You put it that way. I never brought it up specifically. I vaguely alluded to it, at most.
儀式に部外者が立ち会うことはできんのだ。
Huh.
その場にいることができるのは肉親だけという決まりだ。だからわしがそばにいる。
No way. Isn't there anything we can do?
これは島の大切な神事だ。そうおいそれと変えて良いものではない。
So then, there's no way at all for me to be with her during the ritual? If that's true, there's no way I can protect her.
大丈夫。
Huh?
照れる。
Umi, you just said you can't participate unless you're a relative.
私大丈夫。お母さんはお母さんだから。
お？
Yo, but he's so confused. He's like, what the fuck? Wait a minute. It's okay. It's complicated.
白羽。何やら理解しがたい言葉が聞こえたが、お前いつの間に子供など。
違うし、ただのお母さん役って意味だし。
Umi looked like she was about to cry.
違うよ。私、海ちゃんのお母さんだよ。
Oh god, it's so complicated.
やっぱりお前が産んだのか？いつの間に！
だからそれは
ずっと見守ってきたと思っていたのに。ガー！
どすこい。
おほ！
すげえ、リアルドスコイ2人目を見た。ひと夏に2度も見られるとこれは天文学的確率か。
それでお父さんはお父さんだから家族、お母さんと
Koibi.
夫婦
Fufu, married. Umi, no. Shira's grandfather began emanating aura that almost seemed to shake the ground itself.
お前、
Oh,
い
good.
つの間に白羽と。
No, that's not it. She made it like playing the role of her dad. Which was just a joke, but really, I'm Umi's father. And Umi's father is Shiroha's husband.
こわっ
Oh,
ぱー！さっきの勝負は500分の1の力だ！お前のその汚れた体と心を完全に海水と混ざるまでこの水にしてくれろ！
Why don't they just show them the picture, dude? And tell that Umi's from the future. He leaned over me, bloating out of the sky. This bad. I can literally feel his bloodlust prickling in my skin. I had about 5 seconds or so before I snuffed like a candle. Or at least that's where the situation seemed to be heading until Umi continued.
だからじいじは私のじいじなの。
あ！
He's confused. He's like, wait a minute.
お母さんのじいじだから私のじいじ。
わしがじいじ？じいじ。
Hey, what does Shiroha call her grandfather? Let's see. Shiroha. No? I don't know. The bullets he had been emanating, strong enough to choke a bear just a moment ago, vanished into the breeze. And as it did, his crazy appearance broke down, leaving a plain old man in his place.
そうか。じいじが悪かったな。
What the fuck?
もう怠りしないぞ。孫か。孫。
Wait a minute, isn't Shiroha already his grandkid? This is like your great grandkid.
孫は良いものだな。
孫は私だし。
That's what I'm saying. That make Umi his great grandchild, right?
じいじ
G.
ひ孫。
He begins silently weeping.
認めよう。お前たちを夫婦だと。
Wow. Thanks! What? I mean, now we can be together for the ritual. It solves all sorts of problems.
だって夫婦って迷惑
Oof, that one hit me hard.
かかるから。
Me?
そう
In that case, I don't think it'll be a problem at all. How to put it? Honestly, I'm happy. I'm happy I can have that sort of relationship with you, Shiroha. It could very well be that this is where the future Umi told me that about would begin. According to her, Shiroha and I really did become a couple and get married after all.
だって私たちまだ学生だし夫婦って言われても
Okay, then we won't say it that way. Something student-like. Like, lovers.
今声が裏返ったぞ。慣れない言葉だったんだろ
恋人
う。あ、こっちも裏返った。慣れない言葉だったんだろう。
I really do love you. Married or not, I want you to be my girlfriend.
でも
夫婦は認めるが恋人は認めんぞ。
Wait a minute! Seriously? So, where would that leave our relationship?
政略結婚
Man, talk about unromantic.
ここにいる者が証人だ。
What?
今我が孫白羽はこの小僧と夫婦となった。
Damn! What? No paper sign!
なんかよくわからんが、おめでとうだな。
Alright.
よし、みんなで二人を祝福だ。
おめでとう
As the crowd and onlooker congratulated us, Shira was turning a progressively deeper shade of red. I probably was too, but Umi looked happy as could be. And just like that, we became lovers, and a married couple on top of that. Damn, dude! That was really nice. I like that one a lot. That night, Umi was drawing away happily in her diary. Drawing up another entry, huh? Picking at the diary, she wasn't writing about the future, but rather about today. It was supposed to be a magic diary that could change the future. But for the first time, Umi was writing about what had already occurred. Damn, dude. Why didn't she draw a great-granddad? I peeked at the page and saw a drawing of Shira and I having a wedding ceremony. Next to us, smiling away, was Umi. A crowd of islanders around us were watching over us and smiling too. It was an incredibly joyous scene. Had fun today? Umi nodded with a wholehearted smile. It had been a long, difficult day, but it felt like her smile blew away my exhaustion all on its own. Alright, I think that's a good stopping point, dude. We did it. We married Shiroha. And, in the Shiroha route, he did save her from drowning. And then if Umi was born, that means Shiroha didn't die in this, summer. That means she'll still die in the other future, but we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. So it did confirm, though. Umi is indeed Hairi and Shiroha kid. And Shiroha is the true route. Damn, dude. It makes me want to replay Umi route, dude. Now that we can properly enjoy it. But it's no Shiroha, though. Hey. No Shiroha. No Shiroha. It's just her and Heidi. And then she disappeared because she went to go back in time again. Because this summer, even though she gets to spend it with her dad, right? She never spent it with her mom. But she wanted to. Damn. That's a good picture. It's a good picture. That's a good CG. That might be one of the best CGs in my opinion. I like this one a lot. She really do look mature in this picture. They really do look like, parent and child. For sure. But damn it, my girl. Man, this always happens. Just like in Clonade. I like, what's her face? I forgot her name. Kyoko, right? No, that's this girl. Wait, Kyo-san. Yeah, I remember her name now. Clonade. My favorite girl was Kyo-san. I like Kyo a lot. But Nagisa was the true girl. She's the true route. But I can never forget about Kyo. Same thing. Damn, it's always the purple hair girls. This is not about purple, man. Man, purple. I miss her. That was okay. I like her sister better. Maybe because the sister got purple. Ai-chan. And Shirahara. Alright. Anyway, GG's. We'll play more Some Pockets next time. And probably might finish that Alka. We'll see.